see the outside. It was also super hot, and I knew that there were fountains that they opened up in Paris for kids to play in when it was hot. So
normally you cannot get in the fountain at the Louvre.
Yeah.
Normally.
I guess, yeah, but it was open, so
to be jumped in.
To get in, and so one of our kids decided to put her swimsuit on and got in the Louvre, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the fun mom, and I'm gonna get in with her because I'm like, seizing the moment, let's do this. And so my very first step getting into the fountain, I did not have a bathing suit on because I was just going to walk in the fountain.
Yeah, it's like ankle.
Right. My first step, it was a piece of marble that was slanted and it was slick. And I fell like flat on my back, just laid out, completely soaked. Yeah, that was not my best moment.
You didn't see it, but Lennon did that.
No, I didn't see because
30
she
seconds
had
before
left her
you
shoes.
did it. She stood on the marble and went.
I didn't see it because she had left her shoes at the front of the Louvre. And I stopped to get her shoes because she's left her shoes all over Paris. Yeah. I think as soon as she saw the fountain, she just threw her shoes off and ran. We eventually did go in the Louvre.
Right. Which
was, holy cow. I mean, it's just hard to explain all that the Louvre is. I'm not like an art lover I love the arts, but it's just like, I'm not an art person, but still, the sculptures, the Egyptian artifacts, that clearly we saw the Mona Lisa.
Yep.
Along with everyone else.
Yeah, a little hectic.
Yeah, it was super hectic, but just the sheer volume of art in the museum is mind-blowing. I mean, I watched, because this is what I do, I watched like 5 YouTube documentary videos after. I think there's over 460,000 pieces of art in the museum. Not all are out for the public to see, but I mean, it's just I think it's the largest collection anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so like when you think of the Louvre, you think of the glass, the glass triangle pyramid thing. I didn't know this, but like 2 city blocks both ways, or actually one way, are these like really like old 3-story buildings that like surround
it. It's a palace?
It's a palace. I had no idea that was actually the Louvre. Like the Louvre is actually the buildings that go around it. That's where all
the entrance is.
The entrance is just the pyramid, and the Louvre is actually these 12th century. I think they started in the 12th century.
Yeah, I don't know.
Buildings that go on for like city blocks.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's just wild how large it is.
I definitely appreciated it. I mean, I could have stayed all day. Honestly, the thought crossed my mind of like, maybe I'll go by myself, but that's not what we did. I thought the kids would have a hard time in there. Also, like, trying to keep our youngest off of the sculptures, and like, she like wanted to parkour off the sculptures, and like, no, don't touch, because they have signs that say don't touch, but they're right there. So she's like, but I can just touch. So I thought it would be difficult. Honestly, they were pros. I mean, they did great. I don't think it was their favorite day, but we tried the audio guides.
Yes. So we got an audio guide for everyone, which I think when I first saw it, I was actually very excited because it was like a little Nintendo.
It was actually Nintendo.
It was a Nintendo.
Brand, yeah.
And I thought, how genius these people have got Nintendos for kids to like, do Mario Kart when they check out, but there was absolutely no games on it. And it was the most like unintuitive audio guide. Like you didn't know where you were at.
Even as adults, it was just so hard.
Yeah, like
to get hard.
Like it would try to give you instructions how to get somewhere, and but it couldn't find you, so you were just kind of lost in this maze. So
so if we did it again, we would scrap the audio guides, and we would probably splurge on a tour guide.
Yeah.
Because there's just too much to see, and I'm not even sure we hit all the important things. And I think a tour guide would have just taken it over the top for sure. And we wouldn't have spent so much time lost.
Overall, I mean, it was pretty overwhelming how much there was there.
In one of the documentaries I watched, it said you could spend 3 full days and 2 nights, 24 hours a day, spending only 10 seconds looking at each thing, and you would see everything on display at the Louvre.
Overall, it's great.
It was good. And they had a McDonald's down there. Win for the kids.
Yeah, they had a McDonald's, and you got to pay to use the bathroom.